So, first time in front of camera since the allegations. Incredibly, Prince Andrew's staff have hinted for days that he would mention the story today in Davos. It looks like PR suicide, breathing new life into the story.
I've just wished to reiterate and to reaffirm the statements which have already been made on my behalf by Buckingham Palace. My focus is on my work.
But they'd been bounced. Overnight, Virginia Roberts' lawyers got their revenge in first. New papers into court in Florida. New insistence that she was forced to have sex with the prince. New rebuttal of the palace, which says it never happened. All designed to force something from Prince Andrew in Davos. And it worked.
Good morning, sir. Did you recover from this, sir?
Well, will Sir recover from it? And why is this man in Davos? Who's paying and what do they get? Well, you, the taxpayer, are paying in part. His police protection comes from your money. Peanuts, say supporters, compared to what the Prince brings in for UK PLC.
Well, when I was the Prime Minister's trade envoy, it was very obvious that the best relationships we had with countries was when we had a royal connection, royal to royal that is, then we could then build upon that for government-to-government connections, and then British businesses would foster enormously. So, Prince Andrew has got terrific relationships with a number of countries, which have been an enormous benefit to British business.
But the sex allegations now mean odd times for two major British companies, Diageo and KPMG. They told Channel 4 News they are funding Prince Andrew's Davos party today as a showcase for British business. But asked them about the host, and they refused to say a word. Others, though, more forthcoming about what Prince Andrew brings to the party.
The soft power of the royal family is absolutely enormous and is of huge value for the country. I mean, he has great relationships with the Emir of Kuwait, for example.
David Cameron is not in Davos, but the Chancellor is. His people said today they don't know if he'll be partying with the Prince, but they said someone from the government will be, and you, dear taxpayer, will be covering that. Last year alone, with more than 66,000 miles flown, Air Miles Andy fulfilled tabloid expectations with enough flying to send him round the planet 3 times over. Supporters will always tell you the Prince isn't paid, and that, of course, is nonsense. The Queen gets money from taxpayers, she gives some to Andrew. Andrew then buys things like a multi-million-pound Swiss ski lodge, not quite the voluntary sector worker. But the Air Miles Andy question has never really damaged him.
The organisers of a sports display hadn't forgotten the Prince's reputation with the girls.
It's the old Randy Andy question that could be toxic.
And the Prince's face said the rest.
The palace tries to freeze out the allegations in the Swiss snow, but in Florida, the heat is on.